Hello everyone, I am Anu Kaushik, hair and makeup expert. Today I take the pledge to provide utmost safety to my clients while working on them. I also pledge to practice highest level of hygiene and sanitization at my workplace. Also, I would like to invite all the fellow artists to join me and take the pledge. Safety in beauty. Hygiene and sanitization has become demand of this hour when we are going through this time, and as a senior makeup artist I feel responsible to talk about it and initiate the awareness in our makeup industry. I'm sure many of us do follow hygiene and sanitization in our workplace, but I have also observed many they don't. But in this time, post lockdown, when we get back to our work, I think the new scenario we have to be very sure not to compromise and take highest level of precautions in sanitization, hygiene and disinfection. So let me help you here with certain guidelines to practice hygiene and sanitization to safeguard ourselves and our clients. As a makeup artist, if you think that you have washed your hand or using a sanitizer or wearing a mask, that's enough. No, that's not enough. There is much more to it. Let's talk about why and how. So there are two most important steps to be followed by every makeup artist to keep it safe and fully hygienic for the clients. First is the cleansing and sanitization. So cleansing and sanitization is the first step towards the hygiene, where you will clean your kit or your products or your tools with a dry cloth or with a wet wipe kind of stuff. So in this you are taking away the dirt, visible dirt particles or the dust from the surface or on the product. So second most important and crucial step is disinfection. So cleaning and sanitization basically clean the surface dirt, but germs which are existing, we need to kill them 100%, which can cause any kind of infection. For that we use a product made to kill the germs, and IPA is popularly used in beauty industry. It's an alcohol based product. But one must understand here that everything cannot be disinfected. Okay, my beauty palette or my knife or my beauty makeup kit can be disinfected, but at the same time a thing which is porous like the cotton cannot be disinfected and sponges cannot be disinfected. So product or the thing which cannot be disinfected is one time use and one must throw it away after one use. So let's start with most important content you have to have in your makeup kit. Here is some of the stuff lying there with me and I will explain you one by one. First thing, you have to have a IPA, isopropyl alcohol, 70% in your kit. Why 70%? Why not 99.9%? The difference between 99.9% and the 70% is 70% alcohol has 30% of the water content. So if you will be using 99.9% alcohol, which will be not having any water content, that means on the surface it will stay for a very shorter time. It will just evaporate very soon. And we need to kill the germs and we need the more time on the surface. So that's why we'll be using 70%, which will stay for couple of minutes, like about 5 to 10 minutes, and it will make sure that 100% sanitization or the disinfection has happened to the product. So I'm sure all of you must be having alcohol or IPA in form of brush cleanser in your kit. So how to use it? But yeah, again I want to tell you that brush cleanser will be a small bottle, maybe 100 ml. Now you need a lot more. See, I'm having a 5 liter of alcohol with me, and then I put it into my small bottles and use it whenever required, because you don't use it only for the brush, you will be using it on all the surface outside of the makeup kit and your makeup palettes. You will be cleaning with this. Not only brushes, before using, even the handle of the brushes also you will be cleaning with it. So basically each and every product you are going to use on your client, your knife, your spatula, everything will be disinfected with this alcohol. So one thing is must have in your makeup kit. Your makeup kit is not complete if you don't have a knife and the tray. This is a metal tray and the knife. Why do we need it? It will just make sure that any of your product is not contaminated. Everything you will take out on this. So again, before using it in front of the client, you will be spraying alcohol onto this and cleaning it. Okay, you're starting first with your priming. So take the primer onto that palette, apply to your client, spray it again, and then take out the second product if you're using foundations. So all your cream, powder, liquid, gel based, any kind of product, just take it on the tray and use it. So you are saving your product also from getting contaminated, and you are not passing on any kind of germs and infection to your client also. I know how all of us love our makeup brushes. These are like our babies, and we love our sponges, like especially makeup sponges and all that. But I think we need to change our habit. I know it will be difficult, but it has become the demand of the hour. And what we have to do is, as I discussed a while ago, that how few products cannot be disinfected. So sponges are one of that. Even if you are thinking you are washing, cleaning, no, still you are not disinfecting them completely 100% to use it on another person. You can use it for personal use, which can be avoidable, but if you're fond of it, you can use it for personal use. Or if you really insist of using it, make sure you give it to the client. Do not use one sponge on the other client. So we have to develop a habit of using disposable sponges. I have been using it since actually I've been using it since very long, and I'm very comfortable. It just, you have to develop little hang of it, but it's very, very comfortable. These kind of disposable wet sponges easily available. You can just use on one person and throw it. Powder puff, these are there handy, and this can also be thrown away. And these kind of small sponges, for the smaller area, you can cut them also in the small triangle. If you don't have this triangle, you can take the round disposables. I think it's available at lots of beauty stores. I know it's West Side, it is there easily available. I pick up from West Side, and you can buy them and cut it into the triangle and use it also. So these are important, that because this cannot be disinfected, so we must use it and throw it. Also, there is disposable mascara wand and disposable lipstick wand. Because we will be using this, these are liquids. Lipstick or the mascara is the liquid, and we can contaminate the product also, or we can give the infection to the client also. So other thing important in your kit is at least 50 to 100 pieces of disposable. They are very lightweight. Here I am showing you, it's a mascara wand, and this is for the lipstick. So these are very lightweight, and 50-100 is a small pouch, so it's not going to be very heavy. And although we'll be using where we can avoid, we should be avoiding the big brushes we might have to use somewhere, that I'll talk this further. But disposables are when you are using a mascara, like you are used to taking a mascara and directly using on the eye. I think to stop this habit, we have to cut this mascara brush from the top, so we are not making a mistake of using this directly to one client to other client. And every time you take a new mascara wand and dip it and then use it. So this is one step. And same way for the lipstick, you scrap the lipstick on your tray and palette, and then take this lipstick wand and then apply the lipstick with this and throw it away. So these are disposable. Also, we have to avoid using any felt tip pencils in our kit where you cannot sharpen it. So few more things left to prep my kit before I leave for the client is a small glass. Why do we need the glass? Earlier we used to spray the brush on the brush, alcohol brush cleanser on the brush, and clean it. We have to change that habit. We need enough alcohol into this glass. We make sure our brush is fully dipped into the alcohol. Whole bristles are dipped into the alcohol. It's thoroughly cleaning and taking every trace of the makeup or the product into it to make it 100% safe to use it on other client. And also you will have sanitizer. I'm sure all of you will have sanitizer. So make sure you are not taking one drop of sanitizer. Now you have to change that habit. You have to take enough gel into your hand, sanitizing gel into hands. So you rub it nicely onto your hand between the fingers, nails. So it's complete safe to use it on the clients or touch your own products with that. There is one more small trick I have. All of you have these brush holders. So what I have done, on the one half of the side I have written used, just one tape, like one tag with the used brushes. So what happens whenever you are using your brushes, you are not mixing it. So these are dirty brushes goes into this. My disposables, dirty disposable goes into this. Also my disposable sponges which I am using goes into this. So there is no contamination. You are not mixing the brushes or the tools or anything extra. Everything goes into this, and you are very aware while working that all your dirty brushes are there, the used brushes are there. That I think makes the life easier. And couple of more things you can just throw into your makeup kit will be a kitchen roll to prep your table before you start the makeup. Just make sure that it's clean and fully organized table you are doing. And second is some disposable aprons and mask. Definitely everybody will be wearing mask. I'm sure your client won't be afford to wear mask, so you make sure you're wearing the mask. And disposable apron, give it to your client also, and you also wear it. And make sure you're giving hand sanitizer also to your client. They should also, in case they are touching their face, they should also sanitize their hands. So if you don't want to use this container, because you have to close your makeup brushes immediately with that, so for that you have to make sure that this is also cleaned thoroughly with the alcohol. Other thing, you can have a normal stainless steel or a metal glass or a plastic glass and tag it as a used things and put everything there. Now we are fully ready with our kit. Everything is there. Now setting up the table or prepping the workstation for our client. So first impression is a clean and fully organized table. It will really win 50% of your client's trust. So make sure there is a disposable sheet or the kitchen roll. Take the sheets and spread it nicely. And each and every product which you are taking out from your kit, so you have alcohol with you 70%. Every product, every tool, everything you are taking out, you are spraying it and then putting it on the table, because you're going to touch it again. So spray your eyeshadow palette, your powders, your bottles, your tubes, or your brush, even your brush handles. Everything you spray it with the alcohol, and then complete disinfection happening to all your tools and all your products. And then go to the washroom and wash your hands with the soap nicely. If you don't have a soap or you are not able to do it, there is also available small soap strips, disposable soap. I have it here. These kind of soap strips, you can just tear it and wash your hands thoroughly, and then come back, wear your apron, wear your mask, and when the client comes, make sure in front of the client you are spraying the chair also where the client is going to sit, and give the hand sanitizer to your client, and just start your work. So all of you must be thinking that when we are using our brushes which is disinfected, when we are taking care of everything, why do we need disposable? Disposable are required to not to do double dipping into any product. What is double dipping? So you take a product, like you're taking a lipstick and you are dipping your brush into the lipstick, then you are going back to your client's lips and applying it. Again you need more amount of lipstick, you are dipping it again into the lipstick. So that contaminates the product and it's not hygienic. It's taking away all your efforts of doing all the practice of hygiene and safety. So to avoid that, every time you take any product, either it's a cream product or it's a dry product, whatever product you are taking, make sure you are taking it on your palette, and then you are using a disposable on the palette, so you are not contaminating the product. So keeping the hygiene level high, some of the habits we have to let go is the product, how we use it. Like a pencil which I am using, it's a retractable pencil, so I cannot use it onto the skin directly. What I have to do is scrap it into the tray, a part of it, and then use it. Some of the more habits we have to change going back to the work is use of the pencils. anything, we have to keep in mind that anything we are using on the skin cannot go back into your kit. If you are touching any of your product to the client's skin, if it's can be disinfected by the alcohol, it's fine, but some of them cannot be disinfected, then it's better not to go, it should not go back to your makeup kit. Like I'm talking about the pencil here. If you are using a pencil and you are using it to the client's eye, because we all are used to doing the liner or inside the eyes, or the lip pencil, we are very used to this. So if you're using this, if it's unavoidable, you have to take extra precaution that before you use it, make sure the cap of the pencil, you put it back of the pencil at the back side. So you're not in a habit of putting the pencil back into the cap. So make sure the cap goes behind the pencil and it's lying down there open. And before you use it on the client, use the alcohol spray on the tip of the pencil. Make sure you're sharpening it with a sharpener. Sharpener also has to be sanitized before you use the pencil inside it. So alcohol will go inside liberally spray the alcohol inside it. Dip a Q-tip into the alcohol and clean it nicely, and then you sharpen your pencil with this, and then you can use it to the client. After you use it on the client, again you have to disinfect it. So go back, clean your pencil nicely, take away all the excess, the usable length of the pencil, and then sharpen it, spray it, and then put the cap back to the pencil. These are the practice you have to follow, because little bit mistake also, little bit you let go of the things, again you are going into the contaminating zone. So one of the things we are very fond of and we were very happy when it came in the market was retractable pencils, which you don't have to sharpen, but now that will be a risk product. What happens, you use the retractable pencils or the big chunky pencil which are retractable from many brands, you just open it and directly use it on the skin. So as I told you that anything goes in the skin cannot go back into your makeup kit. So how we have to use it, you have to cut it with your knife, take it on the spatula, and then use it with your pencil brush or your small detail brush. That's the only way to protect the product also and protect your client also. Also one more, the felt tip pencils, felt tip eyeliners, felt tip lip glosses, or felt tip stay on lipsticks which has come, liquid lipsticks, that all has to be only for personal use, not in the professional kit. If you're using it in the professional kit, again you are bringing the contamination and infection. So those things you have to keep in mind and make sure they are not part of your kit. So cream products are easier, okay, taking out in your palette, taking out from the tube, or liquid foundation from the bottle, or the cream to scrape it from the knife and taking out on the tray and doing the mixing, and everything is possible. But how about the dry products, which are powder based products, like a eyeshadow palette, or my Studio Fix, or my blusher? All these things are in a powder form, so we cannot do double dipping. We said no to double dipping. How we will be using it? So for this, I will ideally, perfect is to use it, scrape the product into your palette with the knife like this. You will just scrape some product, requirement of the product you take out, take it on your palette and then use it. Same we will do with the powder, compact powder, or we'll do with the blusher also. Scraping it, using it like the eyeshadow, 2-3 colors of eyeshadows you need. You take all the 3-4 shades which you want to do in the transition or the deep or the lower lid, and you take out all it, scrap it take it on your tray and use it one by one. Make sure when you are taking it on the brush, never blow your brush. Again you are contaminating, and blowing is absolutely no in any of the form of the makeup. So never blow your brush. If you have to take off the excess product, just tap it on your palette only. Tap it on your palette so excess product goes away, and then you start using it. And if some products are completely unavoidable, like the foil eyeshadows are completely unavoidable, some of the glittery products are completely unavoidable to take it on the palette, So what you have to do is use it with your brush. Make sure that one time and only you're taking enough product and taking it on your tray with your brush. If you can avoid double dipping, but in case you have to, because we are in the practice of doing it since so many years, I know it will be difficult, but in case you have to, so there is a way of uh, spraying, once you finish your whole makeup, spraying 70% alcohol liberally onto your full palette and leave it for 10 to about 5 to 10 minutes, and then scrape off the top layer softly with a tissue paper. So this way also you are saving your product. And to do some changes in my makeup kit, so what I'll be doing is I'll be going on to the more of loose powder. So instead of the eyeshadow, I will prefer investing more into the pigments, which are easy to take out in the palette and use it. Or I will prefer using more of the loose powders, or blusher also. Blusher is okay, blusher is a good quantity, you can scrape it and use it, and I'll be using more cream blusher and just translucent powder on the cream blusher to set it. There is one more small tip I want to tell you here. For the cream, if you want to avoid completely any kind of lip pencil and using it, and so there is one very quick tip is, whatever lipstick you plan to use it, just scrape that lipstick onto your palette and add translucent powder into that. So the consistency becomes very thick. You can outline with the lipstick brush, you can outline your lipstick with that. Second is that, the liquid lipstick, just take out some liquid lipstick, liquid stay-on lipstick on the tray and use it with the lip brush. That will be also sealing your lip line, and you can blend it with fill up your lipstick inside that. Last but not the least, never use hand as a palette. We all are used to taking the product on the hand and then using it on the client. So this is also no from now on. You have to make sure everything on the steel palette, and between every application you are sanitizing the steel palette also and your knife also. So these are few things we are trying to cover here, that when you are working on a client, you are thinking that your each and every product goes back to your kit. It is completely not contaminated and completely disinfected. So now it comes with the packing of the kit. I know it's a big task, opening and rearranging and organizing, and same organized way you have to pack your kit also. So whatever brushes you have used, like this is the used container, whatever brushes you have used, you clean all the brushes, nicely dip into the alcohol. Whole bristle should go into the alcohol, not only the top, and swirl it nicely and clean it until it comes out absolutely no color and no product is left. Make sure your spatula and palette also is clean. Every small brush is nicely dipped and clean, and sponges and dirty things, all the dirty things you have to carry a ziploc or a small kind of plastic bag or a paper bag, and make sure all the dirty tools like your disposables, your sponges or your used tissue paper or anything goes into this, and throw it into the dustbin. And once you put back everything, even your palettes, your foundations, your cream pots, your eyeshadow palettes, everything should be sprayed liberally outside and inside also with 70% IPA, and let it be open for about 5 to 7 minutes, so it just discontaminate all your product. And then just pack your kit, and make sure once you pack your kit also, outside of the surface of the kit also is properly cleaned and sprayed when you take it back. One more thing you have to keep in mind, that try to compact your kit, because now not many most of the places, I think, not big team will be allowed. Earlier, if you're used to taking your 2 or 3 assistants with you, you have to cut it down. You have to be self-dependent. You have to carry your own kit, and less people will be allowed, I think, post all this. So just be self-independent and make sure everything is doing with your own hand, and it's all clean and it's all safe. Keep yourself in the shoes of your client who is sitting on your chair. They are paying you, And just think about that. They are trusting you, they are paying you the money. So make sure you take precaution for them and for yourself.